and start giving money to somebody else and not realizing real generational wealth is passing these things on. So, again, the reason why we're trying to say we're demystifying it is because we sometimes hide the information from our people when we have brothers like you who just have that level of knowledge, but we got to reach out to them. So, like, give me a best case scenario, right? So I make about $70,000 a year. I got two children. I got a baby mama. I got a wife, right? I got a car. But you know what? I've been saving. I got about maybe a good 10, 15,000 saved up. Walk me through how something like that will get me a crib.
All right, so here's how it works. So just to give everybody a rough idea, you could kind of do your own, I don't want to say your own pre-approval. There's a little more that goes into it, but just to get a ballpark, right? So with something like that, the banks are going to allow you to use 45% of your gross monthly income, right? That's going to be your max housing payment. So let's say you're making around 70,000.
Explain to me what gross income is, because I wasn't
right. Listen, once we touch on it, so when your gross monthly income is the amount that you get paid before taxes, right? And then your net monthly income is after taxes. So Fannie Mae rules, dictate that the most you could have for a housing payment is, you can use 45% of your gross monthly income. So if you made, let's say, 70,000 a year, let's use a round number, let's say 72.
Okay.
Right? That would be, you divide that by 12 months, so you make 6,000 a month. So they're going to let you have the maximum that you would be approved for is 45% of 6,000. Right? That would be your max housing payment. So that would be 2,700 a month. So that's our starting point, right? We're going to use that. That's the most we can have for a mortgage payment. Now, that's where we have options, right? We could say, okay, that might equal a 2-bedroom co-op, right? A 2-bedroom co-op would have a monthly payment of somewhere right around there, 2,600, 2,700. Maybe we don't like co-ops. We have to go out to, outside of the boroughs, right? Because we know the prices today, super, super, super expensive. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have to travel a little further out. I tell everybody, you got to get in where you fit in.